Traders, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be sharing with you guys a practical live demonstration of the smart money concept. I'll share with you a practical example of what I've been teaching in this channel, how you can hardly lose or how you should hardly lose a trade while using this particular concept, trading NAS 100. You can use it in the forex market, you can use it in trading volatility indices. I'll share with you the secrets and all of that. I've made videos and I've explained concepts like that, and this is based on demand and supplies, guys. This is based on demand and supply, liquidity, inducement, and I know this key aspect of the smart money concept. So if you are interested in increasing your win rate to a higher win rate, if you have always been losing trades, then you want to watch this video today, and make sure you subscribe to the channel by hitting on that subscribe button and notification bell so that you don't miss out anytime I bring valuable content. Okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. This is a trade that we took out. This trade is almost getting to target, but let's do a fresh analysis, guys. Let's look. Okay, so this is NAS 100 in front of us. This was before the trade, guys. And normally I usually do my analysis by starting from the top down analysis, right? I make sure that I look at what is happening on the daily time frame, right? So if you look at the daily time frame, we have our overall bullish bias, right? We have price creating series of higher highs and higher lows in the daily, right? So as you see here, we have an impulsive phase and price is most likely to pull back. Okay, now with that information, I drop to my H4 time frame, and you see the H4 time frame and the H1 time frame is the zones or the time frames where I usually identify these high probability entry setups, right? Okay, so what happened now is once I drop to the H4, now I try to look at what momentum. There are aspects that I look for, right? I look at momentum, number one. What I look for in smaller time frame or in the H1 and H4 is, number one, I look at momentum, which is interpreted through very strong bullish momentum candles like this, right? And in these candles we will see what we have imbalance that are created. If you look at this large bodied candle, you see that the candle before this and after this have not touched the wicks of these two candles have not touched, meaning it has left behind what we call fair value gap, right? We have fair value gap here, up here as well we have fair value gap here, and this is an indication that there is an imbalance, right? The banks, the institution that have been able to come in to push price, only them can push price to move like this. Now when I've looked at that, I understand that okay, this is it. I'm showing you guys how to identify valid order blocks and demand supply zones where you can trade. Now the second thing I look for break of structure. Now if you look at it, this is the previous high that we had at this moment, right? And this previous high, we have candle that has broken through. Okay, we have this candlestick that have closed above this structure here, indicating what? The break of structure. Now once I identify this break of structure, identify my liquidity, my imbalance. Remember, I've already seen the bias to be upward, so what I do now, I mark out the other block. Now the other block candle is the last red candle or the last weak candle that was formed before the strong move, right? So this should be our order block here. This candlestick should be our order block here. So in marking out the order block, you make sure that you mark from the top, the wick of the top, all right, the top of the candle right down below. So you make sure you mark the wicks, right? This is the order block that we have identified here. And right now what usually happens is this candlestick, this order block that led to this up move, will usually cause price sometimes to move down. Now I identify the next order block, right? This is another order block here. Okay, this is another order block here, and if you look at it, you see we have an imbalance. Look at this big body candle here, right? This caused an imbalance and all of that, right? So I want to share with you guys how I was able to take the trade in which I showed you guys earlier on, right? This trade, as you can see here. Okay, all right. So when this happened, now when I mark it out, the next thing I look for now is a pullback to these zones to enter, but I don't want a direct pullback. If price just pulls back directly, I'm not going to be taking my trade. Like what I mean by direct, if the candles just form and come and hit the zone, I'll not enter. What I'm looking for a build up, right? There are times where price is usually going to build up as it pulling down. Okay, So price can build up by creating maybe liquidity patterns. Sometimes price will come, maybe it can consolidate, maybe creating a pattern like this and then leaving behind liquidity below this zone here and then before moving down. So when this happens, that's the condition in which I enter, because if liquidity is not formed before a supply or a demand zone, that zone will be used as liquidity. Liquidity simply means a pool of orders, any zone where we have a pool of orders in form of stop losses. For instance, when if price if price creates a build up here, normally normal retail traders will be buying here because they will be placing their stop losses below here. As a result, there will be enough liquidity. So liquidity is the fuel for price movement. All right, before price move, it needs to gather fuel and it has to look for a way to grab liquidity. So if price grabs liquidity by clearing all the negative orders below here before hitting our supply zone or our demand zone, then or our order block, then it's a good order block, right? So that's what happened. Now let's look at what happened. Right, you can see that build up there, right? Okay, that build up before price could go. I've been observing this setup for a long while now. After this build up here, you can see this is more like a kind of support here. Many people bought here and many people were still buying, so consequently we had liquidity below this zone here. So I was expecting price to come and tap to my key zones, right? When price comes now and tap to my key zone, I look for this candlestick pattern. This is what we call inside bar. Look at this long red candlestick that was formed, and the next candle that formed here was a green candle that formed below here. Now if you go to a smaller time frame, you are probably going to see a rejection with long wick. All right, now you usually enter in this situation. Now I see this confirmation, I'm going to take my long trade. I place my stop loss below the other block and then have my target somewhere above there, right? Okay, that's exactly what happened, and you can see how price is moving. Now let's go back to our initial uh okay, all right. So this is NAS 100 here. Okay, this is the NAS 100 chart that we have in front of us, as you can see there. So we had the initial trade taken based on this, and that is because we are able to do our analysis just I have showed you. And I made videos in this channel and I've explained to you guys how I usually consider, or how I usually use this liquidity aspect, this aspect of inducement and all of that to take my trades based on this. All right, so basically that is it, guys. I've made videos and I've explained these things detailedly. If you want to widen your knowledge on these aspects, you want to consider watching these videos that I'm going to drop. All right, and also if you find the video helpful, just give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if this is your first time, by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell, so that anytime I post a new video, you're going to be the first to get a notification. So thank you so much for watching, guys. See you in the next video.